After Karen's failed attempt to block my cabin, she decided to strike back in another way. The HOA fined my cabin for alleged violations, thinking they could intimidate me into compliance. What they didn't realize was that I had a powerful tool ready: a cease and desist notice personally signed by the governor himself, ensuring their threats would fail spectacularly. It began one morning when I received an official-looking letter from the HOA, demanding immediate payment of fines and threatening legal action for supposed infractions on my cabin property. The language was aggressive, claiming I was in violation of neighborhood rules and community standards. Security cameras captured Karen personally delivering the notice, smirking as though she had won a victory. By mid-morning, I had gathered the relevant documentation. Property deeds, survey maps, permits, and legal records showed unequivocally that the cabin was fully within my rights, that the HOA had no authority over it, and that all their claims were baseless. But I didn't stop there. I contacted the governor's office, explained the harassment, and received an expedited cease and desist notice addressing the HOA directly. The letter clearly stated that any further attempts to harass, fine, or intimidate me would be illegal, subjecting the HOA to immediate legal consequences. By noon, I delivered the governor-signed cease and desist notice to the HOA office personally. Karen was there expecting confrontation. She saw the document in my hands and froze. "You can't. This isn't valid," she stammered. I held the letter calmly. "Actually, it is. This is a legally binding directive. Your previous fines, threats, and harassment are now nullified. Any attempt to enforce them or take further action against my cabin will result in immediate legal penalties." Karen's allies tried to argue, waving their HOA paperwork. I let them speak briefly, then countered each claim with concrete evidence, referencing property deeds, legal statutes, and the governor's directive. By mid-afternoon, they were silent, clearly realizing that their intimidation tactics had been neutralized. Neighbors, who had observed the confrontation, whispered about Karen's repeated failures and the remarkable authority displayed in response. Her attempts to harass, fine, or manipulate property owners were systematically dismantled, leaving her credibility in ruins. By late afternoon, I conducted a full perimeter check. Gates were secure, cameras were monitoring the cabin, and all legal documents were safely archived. The HOA had no remaining leverage, and any future attempts to fine or intimidate me would be met with legal action. As the sun set over the cabin, reflecting on the calm water nearby, the lesson was unmistakable. Threats, fines, and intimidation from overreaching authorities are powerless when met with preparation, legal authority, and documented evidence. HOA Karen had once again overreached, and the consequences were publicly visible. By evening, the cabin was peaceful, security systems active, and every attempt at harassment documented. Karen had learned yet again that on my land, audacity, entitlement, and HOA arrogance are no match for preparation, authority, and the law. The cease and desist notice wasn't just a piece of paper. It was a warning that her actions would always have consequences, and she had no choice but to retreat.